Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And before we get into these 15 beginner new player tips, I wish I could go back and tell myself when I started playing Gems of War. Before we get into these 15 tips, very special shout out to Masella125. She hit join, she became a member. I'm gonna need all of you to pray for Masella. She is now a sinner. Please pray for her. Masella125, thank you very much. This is your shout out. If anybody else wants to join, big blue join button, or there's a link in the description. As low as $1.99. Really helps the channel a ton. Please join up. It really helps. Shout out to you, Masella. Appreciate it so much. And today we're going to be going over 15 tips for new players, for beginners. 15 things I wish I was told as soon as I started the game. That would really help. So if I could go back in time and tell myself 15 tips as a brand new Gems of War player, these are the 15 things I would tell myself. And let's jump right into it. These are in no order. I wrote them down and they're in just a random order. So 15 tips right here. I'm not even going to say the numbers, just 15 things. Beginner tips, newer player tips. I wish I had told myself when I started Gems of War. Alright, here's the first tip. The best class in the game. You want to get this class leveled up as soon as possible. Is Titan. So Titan is the best class in the game. It's always been the best class in the game ever since it's been released. It has really good talents like Storm Aura, create a dust storm at the start of battle. Rock Solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. You get a barrier every time you match brown gems. Lightning Strike, Stone Mastery, Bloodthirsty, Fortitude. Really good. It's the best class in the game. You get it from the quest in Stormheim, so make sure you get your quests done in Stormheim. But yeah, once you get all your quests done in Stormheim, you get the Titan class. Titan is the best class in the game, so make sure you level up Titan first. You equip Titan on your hero, you use hero on your team, and get that thing leveled up as soon as possible. It is the best class in the game. Alright, the second tip we have here. I guess I am doing the number thing. The second tip we have here. Mastery. Every time you level, you get a choice between two colors to increase your mastery on. So when you hit level 2, you hit level 3, you hit level 4, you hit level 5. Every time you get a new level on your character, you get a choice between two colors. That's your mastery. The one you want to pick is brown. If brown is ever there, pick brown. You get a weapon called Mountain Crusher if you pick brown. The more times you pick a color, eventually, after you pick that color, like, say, 20, 30, or 40 times, you get different weapons for each mastery, for each different color. So the best weapon you can get the earliest is a brown weapon, so make sure you pick brown. Every time brown is a choice, pick it. Other than that, I would say red is the second most important, so say brown is not there. There's only two options, so sometimes brown is not going to be there. If red is there and brown is not, pick red, because there's another weapon called Mang that you're going to want to get from Mastery. So that's the second best one, so make sure you pick red if brown is not there, but brown is the first most important. Red is the second most important. After that, I would say maybe purple, and then it really doesn't matter. Just pick them evenly after that. But yeah, pick brown if brown's there. If brown is not there, pick red. If brown and red are both not there, pick purple. If purple is not there and it's, say, blue, green, and yellow, some mixture of those, doesn't really matter. Just pick them out evenly. Like if you've already picked blue once or twice and you've already picked green once or twice, make sure you pick yellow. Just keep them even after that. But if brown's there, always pick brown. If brown's not there, always pick red. If brown and red are not there, always pick purple. You're going to get the best weapons if you do it that way. If you just pick all willy-nilly, you're not going to get the best weapons. Always pick brown. If brown's not there, always pick red. If red's not there, always pick blue. Or no, purple, sorry. Okay, brown, red, purple. Brown's the most important though. Brown, 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 brown. Alright, third tip we have. Make sure you get all of your quests done and all your kingdoms open. It's a big tip, but open up all your kingdoms and get all your quests done. That's the first thing you should do in the game. When people say, what should I do? There's so much to do. There's so many games to play. There's so many events. There's crazy stuff. There's guilds. There's people talking on the screen. There's all kinds of different resources. There's a vault. There's a class trial, a faction event, a pet rescue, a dungeon, an arena, a treasure hunt, a class trial, a soul forge. What do I do? Get your quests done. All your kingdom quests. I have them all done, so I can't show you here, but it says quest complete there. Do that. Do that. If you have nothing else to do, do your quest. Get all your quests done for all your kingdoms. I mean, first you have to open all your kingdoms, and that requires gold. So, make sure you do that first. Open all your kingdoms first. But get your quests done. Get all your quests done. All your quests. Because it gives you troops. It gives you very useful troops. It gives you very useful mini-games. And it gives you classes, like I just said with Stormheim Titan. So definitely open up Stormheim. Definitely do all the quests there. Make sure you get Titan. And then there's many other ones, like Zalkari will open up Treasure Hunt minigame. Broken Spire, I think, is Arena. Like different little game modes that you're going to need to play. So level up, or do all your quests for all your kingdoms. Make sure you open every single kingdom. Don't wait. Open them. That's the most important thing to do with your gold. And then do all the quests. That's your main goal early in the game. Get all those quests done. It's going to give you troops like Rowan, Azura, Elwyn. Very important troops early in the game that you can use and just destroy other low-level players. So make sure to do your quests. Get your classes open. Your Titan. Make sure you always use your Titan with your hero class. Always pick Brown Mastery, and get all your quests done and open up all your kingdoms. That's the first 3 tips that I wish I could go back and tell myself as a new player. Alright, 4th tip for a new player is use hero all the time in your teams. Use hero all the time in your teams. It's almost like, I don't have to say it, but look right here. Here's my hero. These are all my teams. Up, there's my hero again. That one doesn't have it. Yeah, it does. Hero again. Always use your hero. I'm always using my hero. Hero right there. Sinnycool is the best troop in the game. Always use your hero on your team. Do not leave your hero out. Unless it's Guild Wars. Then sometimes you leave them out. But most of the time you use your hero. Right there. On every single one of my teams, I'm using my hero. Right there, hero. Reason you want to do that is you want to equip a class and, well, first of all, your hero is your most important troop and your strongest troop, but you want to be able to equip a class like Titan and from Stormheim and be leveling that class up as you use it. Plus, you get weapons from equipping a class. Just from equipping a class and getting 250 victories, you get certain weapons. So you definitely want to use your hero in every single team you do, no matter what you're doing. Almost. Like 90% of the time you're going to use your hero on your team. Make sure you have a class equipped that isn't all the way to 100. You want to be getting class experience. That's the main reason to use your hero. Well, the main reason is your hero is super powerful. The second reason is you can use the classes, which give you extra talents and perks and everything, and you can level those classes up. If you don't have your hero on your team, you're not leveling that class up. And the third reason is you get weapons from getting 250 victories for using your hero with a class equipped. And some of those weapons are pretty good, and you will want them early in the game. So make sure to always use your hero. That is the 4th tip. And always have a class equipped that is getting experience. And make sure you get those weapons from the 250 victories. Alright, the 5th tip for new player beginner. Once you have all your kingdoms unlocked, once you are doing all your quests, there's a thing called a tribute. So you want to set your home kingdom to White Helm. White Helm is what you want your home kingdom to be. There's no reason to set it as anything else, really. You get different, you get better tribute depending on which kingdom you set as your home kingdom. And the best one is White Helm. It doesn't matter really which one it doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't make the game any different depending on which kingdom you set as your home kingdom, except for just the extra resources you get from taking your tribute. It's not gonna, like, if you set it as Adana, you're not gonna get to go to Adana and be the king there or anything like that. It's just extra resources for your tribute. It's nothing super special. It doesn't, you don't get to pick Glacial Peaks and go in the mountains and be king of the mountain or something because you set it as your home kingdom. No, it's just a extra tribute. That's the only thing it means when you set it as your home kingdom. So set it as White Helm because White Helm gives pure glory. Pure glory is the best tribute to get. You still get tributes from all these other kingdoms, no matter what your home kingdom is, but you get extra from your home kingdom. So you want to set it as White Helm. That way you get glory as your extra resource when taking tribute. So set your home kingdom to White Helm. That's my 5th tip. My 6th tip for new player beginners is hit options as soon as you get in the game, and make sure you have it set to 4x speed, puzzle hints on, and show spell mana details on. Make sure all of this is as you see it. 4 times, check mark, check mark. Make sure all that is on. Because watch this. If you have this on 1, which when your first week playing the game, you might want to leave it on 1 and like slowly bring it up, you know, to a little bit faster, so you can see what's happening on the board. But let's just run a battle with it on 1 here real quick. It don't matter really what team we use, but let's run a battle with it on 1. Look at that. Look how slow the gems fall. Look at the hearts there. Look all the words popping up. It takes forever for me to be able to even do anything until all that stuff's done. It takes them forever to suggest a match. The gems move slow. They fall slow. This is just costing you time. It's showing you what's happening on the board, but you don't really need to see all of that. Not in my opinion. But the first week you're playing the game, maybe the first month at most, but after that, this is just so slow, and you're just wasting time. You could be getting another battle done while you're watching these slow gems fall. This is excruciating. I can't stand this. But look how slow that is. Oh my goodness. Look how long that battle took just because all that stuff was going so slow. Alright, now let's set it to 4 times, which is the fastest, and do a battle. So now everything will be faster. So once you're comfortable with everything, with the gems falling, with seeing everything happen, once you're comfortable with that, make sure you set it to this, because look at this. This is so much faster. So much better. Boom, boom, done with that battle. So in the time we did that one slow battle, we could have done at least 2 or 3 of those. So you'll get 2 or 3 times more stuff done if you set that to 4 times. Puzzle hints just means it's going to show you a match. If you're taking too long to match something, it'll show you a match. It'll give you a hint. It'll also show you the extra turns, so you'll never miss an extra turn. So if you want to wait until it shows you the hint just to make sure you're not missing an extra turn, that's a good practice to do early on as a beginner. Yeah, have that turned on. And this, show spell mana details. If you do not have this turned on, it will not give you a number as to how much mana you need to get your troop up. So you don't want to have this off, because then it just has a color. Like, I can show it, I guess. Here's with it off. Let's do a battle. Yeah, come on, man. Just do this again. Same thing, same battle. 2 battle. This is with it off. With it off, look at that. Look at my mana here. No number there, just a blue. I'm looking in the top left corner of the card. just a blue-brown little gem there. You can't tell how full it is or how empty it is. I mean, you kind of can if you look over there right now. It looks like it's about halfway full, but it's way better if it's a number. Like, if it's a number, you get to see exactly how much you need. Like, if I need a 3, boom, I know I got it. But with it off like this, you really, I mean, you can tell, kind of, like, I have half on this gob truffle, but, well, how much do I need? Do I need 3? Do I need 5? Do I need 6? Like, what do I need here? So, you always want to have that turned on. You don't want to have that turned off. If you have it turned off, then you're just guessing at how much mana you have based on how full it looks. So, you want to have that turned on at all times. And we'll go out and we'll turn it back on, and you can see the difference. Turn it back on. So yeah, 4 times, check mark, check mark. Make sure you do that in the options menu on general. We'll just run this battle with it on so you can see what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if they start, when you first start up the game as a beginner, I don't know if they have it still set to off or not, but make sure it's not set to off. You want it on. You want to see those numbers, because now it says I got 12 out of 17 for my gob truffle, so I know I need 5 mana. So I either have to get like a mana surge or a 4 match, like, or an extra turn, I mean. Like, it tells you exactly what you need, which is way better than just guessing based on how full it looks. I think that's the stupidest thing ever. I turned mine on like as soon as I could. As soon as somebody told me to. So yeah, if I could go back and tell myself even earlier, I definitely would. So yeah, make sure 4 times is on. Check mark, check mark. Both of those. You want puzzle hints and you want to show spell mana details. So that was 6. So number... Well, that was 6 and 7. So sorry, 6 and 7. So animation speed is number 6. And this was number 7. These two are number 7. So 6 and 7. So now we're on tip number 8 for a beginner. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself these things. Let's go up to our portrait. Go over to armor bonus. Go over to dragon and celestial. These are the 2 best armors. So what you're going to want to do is save up your gems. Save up your gems. I think it's 500 gems to get each of these. It might be a little less, I'm not sure, but it's at the most 500. Save up 500 gems. The first thing you should do with your gems is buy one of these armors. Do you need gold more? 100% extra gold for dragon armor. Do you need souls more? 100% extra souls for celestial, plus 50% gold, 50% EXP. The other way around for the dragon armor. Make sure you get one of these. What are you lacking? Are you lacking souls? Do you need those more, or do you need gold? Are you lacking gold? You want to get both of them eventually, but I can understand getting one of them, the one you need more, and then wait, and then taking a break and getting the other armor a little bit later. But make sure you get them both as soon as you can. The only caveat is, if you're going to spend money on the game, if you're going to spend at least $50 on the game, which I'm totally free to play, so I've never spent money on the game, but if you are, which to pay for the game, you could say that $50 is a good price to give them for just to buy the game from them, instead of just getting it for free or whatever. I'm totally free to play, but if you want to buy something, Death Knight armor is the best thing to buy in the game. Free tip for you there. You get 100% gold, 100% souls, and 100% experience. So if you're going to spend money on the game, then this tip doesn't matter. You don't need your celestial or dragon armor, but if you're free to play, the best armor to save up your gems for, is the dragon and celestial. And if you're short on gold, get the dragon first. If you're short on souls, get the celestial first. But make sure you get one of these 3 armors as soon as possible. Either celestial, dragon, or death knight. One of these 3 armors as soon as possible. Save up your gems or spend $50 and buy the game. Alright. Tip number 9. Tip number 9. Get in a guild. This is, if these were listed in order of importance, which they're not, this would be the number 1 tip. Get in a guild as soon as possible in this game. Guilds are a group of 30 people that do events together, they pool resources, they get tasks done They get rewards for getting the tasks done. They get extra stats for getting stuff done. But look at all these extra stats I'm getting for being in my guild. 4 armor here, 2 magic there, 4 health there, 3 attack, 4 health, 4 armor, 2 more magic, 2 more health. Plus I get all this good stuff here whenever we get these tasks done. You get tons of resources, tons of keys. You get legendary troops, mythic troops sometimes. You'll get all that. Like, say you're missing a few epic troops. As soon as you get in a good guild, you're going to get them all. You're going to get all the ultra rares ever. You're going to start getting legendary troops. You're going to start having a stack of keys, more gems, more gold, all of that. I wouldn't have that 13 million gold up in the corner there if it wasn't for being in a guild. It is because if you're one person running around doing battles and events all by yourself, you're going to get way less than if you're a group of 30 people running around, getting events done together, pooling your resources, getting tasks done, getting extra stats. It's just the most important thing to do in the game. You got to get in the guild as soon as possible. Number 1, best tip ever. Don't be a lone wolf. You don't really have to speak to people if you're in a guild. It's not like you're going to be getting on a voice chat with people and people are going to be annoying or anything. I mean, there's a guild chat here, but you don't even have to look at it. You have to push a whole separate button to get to it. There's only like one event in the game where you have to like talk to each other kinda a little bit, and all they do is write down numbers and you follow a path. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, get in a guild as soon as possible. Plus you get access to guild chests, which and seals, which give you another great way to get mythics, legendaries, epics, and ultra rares. If your guild can get to 40,000 seals, you will get a level 6 chest, guild chest, which has only ultra rares, epics, legendaries, and mythics in it. So another really good perk being in a guild is you get to open guild chests, which I probably shouldn't be opening this now because I already have the mythic, but look at that. I didn't get 1 common, 1 rare. They're all ultra rare. They're all epic with chance at legendary and mythic. And all these awesome trait stones. So tons of really good reasons. Plus the events. Like there's good rewards for the events, the guild events. Look at these rewards you get for being in a guild. We're almost done. I'll get a major orb of chaos. Like that's one of the best, hardest resource reward things to get in the game. 6,000 gold, 2 more orbs, 5,500 gold, 4 event keys, 5,000 gold. Look at all of these rewards each week I get on top of the guild tasks. These are something else totally. Like I can collect right now. 35 gems, 28,000 gold, 4 orbs of chaos, 2 celestial trait stones. Look at all that just from being in a guild. Orb of Clans, that's more seals to open more chests to get more legendaries and mythics. 2 orbs of wisdom so I can trait up troops, fully trait them. So yeah, get in a guild as soon as possible. I wish I could tell myself that as soon as I loaded up the game. And get in a good guild. Don't be in a guild where you're the only one doing something. Don't get in a guild where you can't keep up. Make sure you get in a good guild where there's at least a few other people doing just at least as much as you, if not more. And then don't stay too loyal to the guild either. Like, keep getting in better and better and better guilds until you make it to the top and you're in the best guild ever. You want to be in a guild with 29 other people that do at least a certain amount of gold and events and participation. You don't want to be in a guild and be the only guy doing something. You don't want to be the only guy in a guild. You don't want to make your own guild and have nobody join it. You don't want to get in a guild that's way too high level for you and you can't keep up and meet the requirements. You got to get in a guild that's good for you and then constantly be looking for a better guild to get into. So at first it may just be you and 3 other guys that are giving a certain amount of gold each week. Then you'll find another guild where there's 10 other guys that are giving the same amount as you. And then you'll find another one where there's 20 other guys that are giving the same as you. Eventually you'll find a full guild where half the people are giving and everybody's cool and a lot of active people. Eventually you'll find one with 30 people that are all active, all giving, all doing the events. And that's the main thing you want to shoot for. Alright, what do we got here? What's the next tip? for beginners, new players, things I wish I'd told myself as soon as I started. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself these things. Okay, number 10. Number 10. So, you're opening all your kingdoms. You're doing all the quests. You're opening all the mini games, the classes, all of that. Well, one of the mini games you will open is called Treasure Hunt. And people that are higher level will be like, man, I don't ever want to see another treasure map in my life. But once you get Zalkari fully opened, all the quests done and everything, you'll get a mini game called Treasure Hunt. And this is a good thing to do as a beginner. Once you're a high level, like 500 and up, 750 and up, 1,000 and up, you will despise this because you won't want to do it anymore. You have way too many maps. It won't give you as good of resources for your time anymore. But as a beginner, it's really good because it can give you stuff like gems, glory keys, gem keys, glory, gold, all that stuff. And it doesn't increase your experience on your character. It doesn't make your level higher to where your PvP battles are harder. It does not. So, free resources here pretty much, as long as you have maps. Without increasing your level, without making the game harder, you can get gems. It's a good spot to get gems. It's like one of the only places in the game where you can farm gems. So, make sure as a new player you get used to this game and you play it. And, you know, until you're around, you know, level 500 or so. And then eventually it starts dropping off as far as how useful it is to play anymore. Like, at my level now, at 1250 or whatever I am, I don't play it barely at all. But I can remember back early on, level 100, 200, 300, 400, I was playing it every day. So, yeah, farm gems here. You get more gems. Glory keys, gem keys. It's a really good spot for beginners because it doesn't increase your level and make your battles harder. Alright. Tip number 11 for beginners, new players, things I wish I could tell myself. Do not disenchant troops. Do not disenchant troops. If you disenchant your troops, you're not, before you fully ascend them, it's very bad. Don't do that. Do not disenchant your troops for souls. I already did it in my last, I already tried to do this video once, so I've already done it once, but if you disenchant your troops, it gives you souls. So I'm going to do it here because I can. I just don't want you to do it. You get souls for it. It's not a good way to get souls. Go look up a best soul farming team video or something and farm souls that way. Don't get souls this way. It's not a good way. It's the worst way. Do not disenchant your troops. Make sure you fully ascend your troops. That's what your extra copies are for, to fully ascend. Get your troops up to level 20. They're fully ascended all the way to Mythic. That's what you use your extra copies for. And then, even after that, you want at least 3 extra copies in case you want to use 2 in a team or 3 in a team or whatever. It doesn't happen very often, but example like King Gobtruffle, you use 2 of them in a team. Queen Beatrix, you use 2 in a team. You don't want to disenchant and lose that extra troop, and then your team's worse off for it. You don't want to disenchant before you're fully ascended, then you'll be worse off for it. Do not disenchant for souls early on. Definitely do not. You want to fully ascend your troops instead. So do not disenchant. Alright, what number are we on now? Number 12. Tip number 12. Get to tier 1 in PvP each week. Get to tier 1 in PvP each week. So every time you play a ranked PvP battle, it gives you a certain amount of points towards your tier. And then every time you go up a tier, you get extra rewards. So here is the tier rewards. This is the rewards you get for moving up a tier. It starts down at like 15. You do 1 battle, you go to 14. You do a couple battles, you go to 13. You do like 3 or 4 battles, you go to 12. You know, 2, 3. Each time you do 2, 3, 4 battles, you go up a tier. You get more points towards the next tier. Eventually you get up to tier 1, and you get all of these rewards. So 50 something glory keys. Glory keys give you a chance at legendaries, mythics, arcane trait stones, glory, gems, gold, all that good stuff. Glory keys are really good early in the game, and you get like almost 50 of them, I think. Let's count real quick. 18, 25, 31, 36, 40, 43, 45, 46, almost 50 glory keys there, 46 glory keys, all that glory there, and souls, gold, ingots, lots of good stuff. So do this every week, get to tier 1. You don't have to do it all in one day, but you could. It doesn't take that long. Just do rank 1 battles. I mean, if you can, do 2 trophy battles, but it's like 1 trophy is the easiest, 2 trophies medium, 3 trophy is hard. And this is what I was talking about with the treasure hunt minigame. It doesn't raise your level to make these harder. The higher level gets, the harder these get. Treasure hunt minigame keeps your level lower. You don't get experience towards your character when you play it, but you do get gems and glory and keys and stuff. So that's why treasure hunt is valuable early in the game. But rank 1, tier 1 PvP, you get really good rewards. All you have to do is play 1 trophy over and over and over. If you can, do 2 trophy, it'll get you there faster. And if you're really good at PvP and you can do 3 trophy, it'll get you there the fastest. So make sure you do this sometime throughout the week. The earlier you do it, the better, because you get glory each day based on your tier. But it's not so important that you should get it done Monday. I mean, if you can, you should. You'll get a little bit extra glory, I think. But make sure you get this done every week, starting Monday. And you'll get those good rewards. All of this stuff right here, which we need glory keys early in the game. You need legendaries and mythics, don't you? So do that every week. Alright. The number 13 beginner tip, new player tip that I have for you. These are just random tips I thought of. They're not in any order, and it's not everything you should know. It's just 15 things I thought of that I would love to go back and tell myself as a beginner new player. Number 13, we have buy trait stones with glory. So go in the shop here. Go to weekly event. Every week we have a new glory troop here in the weekly event in the shop. So this week it's the Arachnian Watcher. So for 300 glory, you get this new troop, and you get arcane skull trait stones. So purple, brown trait stones. The hardest trait stone to get in the game are arcane trait stones. Well, you could say celestial, but arcane trait stones are really hard to get early in the game as a beginner, and you need them to fully trait your troops. And traits are really important. You can get stuff like empowered and stuff like that, really important traits. So to fully trait your troops, you need arcane trait stones. So this is a really good spot to get them. So save your glory up, and you can get as many as you want here as long as you have the glory to pay for it. And it's a new, different color each week, a different color arcane trait stone. You can buy them all week right here in the shop. Purple brown is like Glaceon. Glaceon's a really good purple brown troop that you would need these arcane trait stones for. So if you find yourself needing a certain arcane trait stone for a certain troop that you're using on a team, and you just can't get enough, always make sure you check the shop here and see which one is available this week. And maybe it'll be the one you need. That's a good reason to save glory and check the shop every single week. It's a different color every single week. It might be the one you need, or if you have 0 of these, you might want to just buy them anyway, just to have a certain amount in case you get a troop. But I would wait until you actually need them to buy them early. So, really good spot to get arcane trait stones to fully trait your troops. You could also explore and look up my video of the fastest trait stone farming teams, but this is also another way, and a really good way to do it as well. So plus you get gold keys, glory keys, the new troop, minor trait stones. You get all that stuff also. So the more we go up, the more glory keys we get, the more gold keys, the more gold, more minor trait stones, and that's on top of the new troop and the arcane trait stones. So check this out every week. Make sure you save up your glory and see if you need them for one of your troops to fully trait your troops. See if you need this arcane trait stone, and keep checking it until it's one you do need, and save your glory. Alright, tip number 14. Tip number 14. We're always using our hero, but the safest spot in your team for your most important troop is the third slot. So anytime you have a troop that's really, really important or fragile, or you just don't want to die, it's like the last troop you want to die on your team, like Yao Gui or Elwyn or Roanne or your hero sometimes. The third slot is the most protected slot in the game. It's the least hit slot in the game. So put your most fragile troop that you need to survive, that's most important to your team, in the third slot. As long as they aren't your tank. You want to put your tank in the first slot. You want to have some sort of back tank in the back slot, because there are troops that hit the back slot. But the least hit slot is the third slot. The first slot gets hit with skulls, with spells. Second slot, once the first slot's gone, it's the new first slot, so that's not the safest spot. The last slot, there's spells that hit the last slot. That's not the safest spot. The third slot is the safest. There's the least amount of spells that target that slot. You have to go through 2 other troops to get to it with skulls. It's the most protected slot. So put your troops like Yao Gui, Dragon Soul, stuff like this. Your most important damage dealer, your most fragile damage dealer, whatever. The troop you want to be most protected, that slot is the third slot. So that's another tip for you. Alright, one more tip to go. Besides treasure hunt minigame, which is one way to farm gems, the only other way in the game to farm gems is to take your tribute. So we're setting our home kingdom to Whitehelm, and every hour you get a tribute. The more kingdoms you have powered up, the more kingdoms you have powered up higher, the more power levels you have on more kingdoms, the more tributes you will get. So make sure you take your tribute every hour. That's my 15th and last tip, is to make sure to take your tribute every hour. If you have to set an alarm, if you have to leave the game on, take it as many times as you can throughout the day, at least 10 times, 5 times, 24 times. That's the only other way to get gems in the game. I get 20 gems just for this one tribute. It's based on how many kingdoms gave me a tribute today. So I got 21, or this hour, 21 kingdoms gave me a tribute. So you get that minus 1 gem. So I got 20 gems, 40 gold keys, 288 glory, 1,000 souls, and 6,000 gold just for taking my tribute. I'll get that every single hour pretty much. It'll be a variance on that. Like I might only get 10 gems next time and 4,000 gold or whatever. It depends on the tribute chance of each kingdom and if they give you a tribute or not. But make sure you take your tribute every hour, at least every other hour. Check on it all the time. Set an alarm. Leave the game on. Something. Please take your tribute. That's the only other way to get gems in the game. Like proactively get gems in the game, is to take your tribute. Please take your tribute every hour. 20 gems, dude. That was a lot. So yeah. That's my 15 tips for beginners that I wish I could go back and tell myself as a newer player. Just 15 things I thought of that would be helpful for you guys, for you new players, for you beginners, maybe you switch players, maybe people just starting out. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Consider hitting join. It really, really helps. I do a Gems of War videos every single day. So please consider subscribing. And hope I helped y'all out. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Hey guys, a little bonus clip for you here at the end. We did a poll in the community tab. I asked you which game you'd like to see me play on the channel. There were 5 different choices, and one of them was Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's the one you guys chose by an overwhelming amount. Actually, I think it got like 40 or 50% of the votes. So I got it in my hands now. It's downloaded on the system. You should be seeing it on the channel very soon. Hopefully, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe a week from now, sometime very soon. So look forward to doing that for y'all. Thank you for participating in the poll. Here's the game you chose. Please show it a little support for me. But here is the very, very beginning of the game. Just like the first cinematic and the title screen, and me like moving around for like 1 minute or so. It's not very much, but a very, very special sneak peek for the next game we're going to be playing on the channel, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Thank you all for participating and supporting, hopefully, this game. Peace.
Get down here, Merc.